Hey, welcome to Potty News. A new segment on eCAST. We're going to give you headlines. Well, actually, we're going to give each other headlines, and then we're going to discuss.
Well,
Because you can't discuss.
you couldn't even put a space in there.
Yeah, we're going to give each other headlines.
We're going to give each other headlines.
And lines. Man,
Line
we're a
with the
party.
head.
All right, I'm going to go with Jeremy Borden first. What headline you got?
Well, I have, I guess, let me just read from this. An Amber Alert went off in D.C. and then went off after Roy Moore did not get elected. And National Geographic went down to Georgia to find the rare beast, the Democratic senator.
Is that true? Did an Amber Alert really go off after he didn't?
No, but they did lock the doors at the mall because they heard he was riding into town on sassy.
Well, I just thought it'd be a hell of a coincidence if that was true.
No, yeah. No, it's not a coincidence. That was directly related.
Tell me more.
Right now, Roy Moore's like, who's Amber?
And how do I alert her?
I got more free time on my hands.
How did her name go in as Amber Alert?
Yeah.
I didn't put
Amber.
that.
Who didn't alert me? Now, so Roy Moore, that's your headline. Roy Moore's losing the
Yes,
Alabama.
actually, that was a huge one.
Tennessee.
And on a serious note, I do have a little sidestep on that as a Democrat myself. But I think hopefully Democrats will learn from this to say not to put such a litmus test on people because he did kind of get very lucky to win in Alabama. But to stay in Alabama, it's going to be difficult. But
That was the first Democrat in 20-something years?
yeah, and it was Richard Shelby, and he turned into a Republican, like Transformers, turned into a Republican like 2 years later, and he's still in the Senate and everything. But I do want to point something out, which I think is weird, which I've seen in the news lately. So the African-American vote was huge in Alabama, and that's a
Right.
big part where how George Jones won that.
They're saying that's so what put him over the top.
And the female African-American vote was huge in Alabama, which is how George Jones won. You know, or Doug Jones, not George Jones, not the country singer. I'm thinking Alabama. Doug Jones. But I find it weird that Omarosa got fired the next friggin' day, dude.
And she got escorted out. Is that
Yes, but I don't. I just find that weird. I find that really weird.
right? You
that-
think they fired her because she didn't
I don't know.
put Roy Moore over the top?
And I think it's kind of a hint towards figureheads,
Uh-huh.
like how.
I mean, she really have been
How
there to begin
Sleepy
with.
Eyes is the head of HUD now and everything. But I feel like Trump just does, because he's used to television, so he has these icons, I guess you could.
You know, with how much turnover the Trump administration has, that's almost a reality show in itself. And why are there not cameras rolling?
Well, and I'll tell you, the best reality show would have footage of her getting kicked out.
Oh, man. That'd be awesome.
And if
There's
you
gotta
hear
be
the,
footage somewhere.
I don't have the quotes, maybe I'll put it down at the bottom here, but Kelly, the chief of staff now,
Yeah.
the quotes that the White House puts out of what he said and everything, I was like, he's getting dragged into this reality show
Right.
thing. And
It's almost like the White House has become a reality show
Yes,
now. I mean,
yeah.
even before Trump was in there. I mean, with the whole Obama administration and then the response from the right, it's just, the whole Obamacare debate, between the right and the left. I mean, it's been a reality show for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
But Omarosa getting escorted out, if you have video of that, please send it to Jeremy Borden.
yes, on my secret back channel.
All right, next headline. I'll go ahead. 20th Century Fox sold to Disney. So now Disney owns. Well, there's going to be an 18 months. It has to go through Congress and all that stuff, I guess, from what I hear. But if it goes through, Disney will own Fox, which means the X-Men characters will now belong to the MCU. Is your head hurting there, Shannon? So that means, does that mean Peter Pan
my
can now be a
Lord.
part of the School of Gifted Children?
Damn you.
No, but he can be a part of Roy Moore campaign.
You know what I'd like to see? Dr. Doom, Dr. Doolittle, and Dr. Hook get to all team up
Yeah.
and do the American Medical Association.
The AMA announcements.
Yeah. Supervillain group. No,
Yeah,
seriously.
and Dr. Hook should really be a
Lord.
proctologist.
No, seriously though. I mean, do you think the Disney should incorporate the X-Men, or do you think they should keep it a separate
You know,
universe?
for comics, I think it's amazing, but for America, there's a lot of monopoly things going on that frighten me, and that's one of them.
What are your thoughts, Jeremy Allen?
You need to define the deuce and uno.
God damn.
Cut, break, back.
Deadpool maybe going into the Avengers. What do you think of that? Language. Shannon, any thoughts?
No, I've had so many thoughts.
Let him
My
go.
Lord.
I mean, about this particular subject?
Let
or-
it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
I like to see Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah, that'd be
That
awesome.
would be cool.
As a
Wolverine,
Buckeye
Deadpool?
fan, I would not,
Why not?
because he's a Wolverine.
No, seriously. I
They
mean,
just sit there and fuck each other up over and over and over and over and over. And over
That's a
again.
song, and over and over.
I think it would be awesome to watch Deadpool and Captain America interact together because he's so, good, and he's so, bad.
Yeah, it opens up so many possibilities.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be so freaking awesome. So what does that mean for the other properties? Like Avatar, I think is going over.
I don't give a shit about Avatar.
I don't either.
I still only think of the cartoon.
There's a cartoon Avatar. Oh, the Avatar, the Airbender.
Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that one's okay.
Is that owned by
Yeah,
Fox or
right?
Disney?
Well, Inuyasha and everything like
knows?
that. As
Je
soon as
ne
he said damn,
sais
I was
pas.
like, what?
What if-
Okay, I'm continuing this demon battle.
What if an
Cartoon-wise.
Avatar became one of the superheroes in the universe?
I feel like we're talking about my
Come on.
dreams.
It's a
No, but I
people-
think it's awesome that all those characters
It's
could come in.
that.
And number one, Silver Surfer needs to be an Avenger immediately. Immediately. Don't fuck around. So I don't care about the Fantastic Four. Just give me Silver
no
Surfer.
one cares.
What do you mean nobody cares? I'm about to fucking fist fight you outside this studio.
I know, we do that anyway. Come up with something better.
This time I'll win.
Right.
Meow.
Any other headlines for the week? You guys want to talk about
I
net
kicked Mike
neutrality?
Peter's
Yeah,
ass
net
again
neutrality is
this
a
week.
huge one. That was the FCC, and that one's a little confusing. But that's actually one as little social media as I do, I've actually seen a lot of posts about that, which is justified. And there's one thing about that I do want to point out is the first time this came up a few years ago,
2015.
Netflix lobbied the shit out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this time that they're a big company, not a fucking word.
Right.
Something weird.
Well, no, Netflix did come out with a statement. And I don't remember what the statement is off the top of my head, but they did come out with a statement saying that we are.
But they did
in
not
favor
pay
of this.
money to lobby.
No, they're not paying money to lobby.
Yeah,
no.
because the first time this came up, the Netflix paid a lot of money to keep it open because it was going to affect them now.
Right.
But now that they have all this money and they can pay.
But it's still going to affect them because every other streaming service is their competitor.
Well, and it's going to affect them because they have to pay, Spectrum and Verizon or whoever else to run through their pipes
possibly.
and shit.
Possibly.
No, yes, not
this
possibly.
is-
They are going to have to pay.
This is what the right,
Wait.
even Ajit Pai or whatever the fuck his name is saying, is that we're just rolling back the regulations from 2015 that Obama put in place. So basically, they're saying the internet's going back to how it was before the 2015 net neutrality regulations that were put in place, keeping it open and free market. But I don't think Comcast and Verizon and all these people would lobby to have it rolled back if they didn't have plans to
Make money off.
make money. Right.
Yeah, do you think they really
That's
keep
what we
in
call
what they say
logic.
they're going to do? Of
Right.
course not.
Right.
They
And
get
he-
away with leeway. Eventually, yeah, they just do whatever the fuck they want to.
Maybe in 2015 they had plans
Yeah,
and
like they say.
Obama stopped it, and then now that Trump's in there, they can lobby and get it back, and maybe who knows? Who knows? Maybe they won't do shit. I don't know, but it is a big deal because they now have the power to do stuff that will limit our access. So,
Okay.
with that said,
You
We
want a
are-
new headline?
huh?
Are we going for more headlines?
Well, give me 1 minute because we're out of time for this segment. So we'll be right back with Jeremy Allen's headline.
He gets the
I didn't have it. I was
whole-
just gonna say, wow, there's a lot of sexual harassment lately. That was
So let's talk about it.
sure.
Speaking of head,
Let's talk about it. Yeah, over a handy. That's in your contract. All right, we'll be right back on Potty News.
Let me hit the button under my desk.
Does that essentially sustain the vision that there has to be a person between the president and the nuclear briefcase who cooperates in order for that briefcase to be utilized?
I can't speak in open session about the particularities, but I will say that the system is not a button that the president can accidentally lean against on the desk and immediately cause missiles to fly, as some people in the public, I think, fear it would be. It requires the president to work with military aides who are attending him and who have possession of the materials that he needs, and it requires personnel at all levels of echelon command, all the way down to the missile silo, to carry out an order. The president by himself cannot press a button and cause missiles to fly. He can only give an authenticated order, which others would follow, and then cause missiles to fly.
Hey, welcome back to Potty News. We are discussing headlines. Before we left, Jeremy Allen brought up the headline of there's been a lot of people accused of sexual harassment lately. Go ahead into that a little bit, Jeremy Allen.
That's all I had, really.
That's all he has. So
Giving
thank you for
accused.
joining us on Potty News. No, I'm just kidding.
The one shots, check them out. There might be a link down here.
No, Harvey Weinstein pretty much started the ball rolling.
Trump pretty much.
you think
started
Trump
the ball.
did? With the
Yes,
pussy
I
grabbing?
definitely think- yeah. Oh my God, that pussy grabbing tape.
But I mean, the
Pussy grabbing
accusations
tape.
didn't start happening until after Weinstein kind of got.
Yeah, but I
Got it.
think it became a bigger issue after Weinstein. But I feel like there was like charging a battery.
Shayna, do you grab pussies on your free time?
All the time. I don't even have to talk about it per se.
No, but seriously, Al Franken resigned because he was accused. He did a
Heartbreaking, but the right thing to do.
I guess.
Morgan Spurlock stepped down from his own production company because he admitted to being a
Really?
douchebag.
Hold on, tell me a little bit more about that. Morgan Spurlock?
Morgan the Super Size Me guy.
Right, Super Size Me,
Yeah, he
documentarian.
said something like he had cheated on every wife or girlfriend he ever had and was harassing women in his office. So he literally stepped down from his own production company.
He went to college with my friend Jim Armstrong.
Did he sexually harass Jim?
Did he
don't
go to
know.
the
I was like,
moon?
wow.
I'm gonna need to call Jim and say, hey,
Did he sexually?
Did
did he
harass
grab
you?
your pussy, Jim?
Bad way.
Labia.
No, but let's see. They're talking. Let's see some of the headlines regarding sexual harassment. Let's see. Kevin Spacey was accused.
That
Right.
one, I think it was a congressman, killed himself protesting
Yes.
his innocence. He's like, I'm innocent.
Dan Johnson out of Kentucky.
Dan Johnson out of Kentucky killed himself because he was accused, but he wanted to show he was innocent, so he killed himself.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
how you
that's-
prove your innocence is
yeah.
by
I
killing
don't
yourself over
By
something that's
snuffing yourself
not
from
true.
existence, or you're
So
not
you
even
can't
gonna
defend
know.
yourself.
You don't even know what's going on anymore.
Jordan Sheridan from the Young Turks was accused of sexually molesting a.
Здравствуйте, как вы поживаете сегодня?
Roy Moore.
But Jordan Sheridan was the one that broke the Donna Brazile story about leaking questions to Hillary Clinton. And Jordan Sheridan started his own thing called Truth Against the Machine. And he was accused of sexually assaulting a person from Truth Against the Machine in a hotel room on the Young Turks' dime.
I think this is the beginning of assholes being called out, dude. And I
Yeah.
think it's a.
I agree.
Oh, and also, in news,
Go ahead.
Marilyn Manson?
No,
Marilyn Manson was accused?
What?
No, Jordy White.
Wait a minute, what?
You remember back in Scarling, Jack Off Jill?
No, but wait a
Jack off,
minute. So
Joe.
to go back to the Marilyn Manson thing?
Yeah. Well, he
He's
fired him instantly because she
Fuck.
finally came forward.
All right.
About
So this
all
is a
the
lot or a dead heartbreak, I guess.
Yeah.
But fuck, dude, I love
So
Manson.
he
But,
fired him instantly.
and I love Franken. When I
And
first
that's
heard of
something.
Franken, but you know what? You take it in for a minute and then you say you're a fucking
yeah,
asshole.
in all these years. You know,
Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you, I'm a lot more surprised about Franken than I am at Manson.
But
To be
Franken,
Right.
in all fairness, is a comedian, and you know that all evidence has been pointing so far is just him doing a picture of him grabbing her tits through bulletproof.
No,
glass.
I think he's caught in friendly fire to a degree, but still he
Right.
was a turd about it. And there is a big argument with
But he was willing to step down where
Yes.
others aren't. Roy Moore and Donald Trump.
and you know this
many
is
others.
related to being a liberal and a Democrat and all this stuff. As soon as the Trump thing happened, right? That happened, and there was this idea of fight fire with fire kind of thing, right? And like if they're going to go low, Michelle Obama, you're the shit, right? Where she said, if they go low, we go high. But there's a lot of liberals and Democrats said, if they go low, we go lower. Fucking bring guns to a knife fight kind of thing. And I struggled with this for a while, and I wasn't sure. But now, goodness and Gandhi and Jesus and all this prove this. In all honesty, goodness survives. Evil will win in the short term.
Yeah.
And shittiness and being a fucking piece of shit wins in the short term sometimes, but goodness, because now people, I think time has gone where people are looking back on what happened and like, ugh, right? This is not, everybody wants to be a good, well, not everybody, obviously, but most people want to be a good person, right? And you don't want to be a piece of shit. And I think the piece of shits are starting to get called out.
And I think it's tough too in the digital age where there's so many mediums that people can send dick pics.
I do it all the time.
All the time. I mean,
I send them to myself because I like to think somebody's
look
listening.
below. There'll be a dick pic. I'm just kidding.
I'm
Don't post that,
sorry,
Jerry.
You'll have
the
to
dick
zoom
pics I
in.
sent you
It's
guys.
mine.
Shannon's dick pics are
I'm
all
being
over the
called
internet.
out right now.
Labia.
No, but I mean, I think in a digital
No
age
labia on my penis tip.
where we know
My friend clitoris.
where there's so much
That was a Snapchat filter. I'm sorry.
where there's so much
I like to
evidence
motorboat
out
the
there.
clitoris.
When you post something to the internet, kids, listen. When you post something to the internet, it's out there forever. Somebody saved it, somebody recorded it, and they're waiting for their fucking day. All right.
And
So
yeah,
when
let
you
me
send a
see.
dick pic or a titty pic or a pussy pic or a butt pic, it's
Send
going to
them to
show
me.
up
Or
anytime.
foot pic.
Or
Don't
what?
exclude
A
the foot
butt
fetishes.
pic.
And the foot pic. So you send one of those out,
It's like
and
you
you run
just-
for office. It's going to come out one day. So don't send your dick pics, young ladies.
Actually, any of the things he just mentioned, send them to me. And also, I'll let you know if they're the right thing to do.
And I also think, like, with Al Franken, I think maybe he was joking most of the time, at least from the
You
evidence
know,
that
at
has been
first,
displayed. Jordan
Franken's a
Sherritt.
tough one. Franken's a tough one. But there's a couple. The guy out of Texas. Let me see. Let me look through my shit here. Farrenhold and Conyers. So I do want. Oh, this is another sidetrack I go on to. But Conyers being Democrat and Farrenhold out of Texas stuff. But they were paying taxpayer money to keep people quiet, and
Right.
that's
That's a dick move.
yeah.
It's a dick pic
That's
move.
a dick pic.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, no, Shannon, as a woman, though, have you ever
What?
been...
What do you think of this?
No, I mean, because, there
You
was
think
the...
I'm a woman?
What was that hashtag they were doing? Me Too or something.
Still
Have
doing.
you...
Well, I
Me
saw
Too?
that on Facebook before I got rid of all that.
Right, have you Me Too... Would you have been able to Me Too? I mean, as a woman... has
Mike,
anybody
I'm right
sexually
here. I'd
harassed
really
you?
rather her not answer that question.
I mean, that's fine.
I
if she
can't believe
don't.
you're asking me this, Mike.
So I'm taking that's a yes.
From
He's
me.
calling himself out.
Wait, whoa, hey!
Awesome. High five this.
Accidentally grabbed a titty on that high five.
You know,
Titty.
whatevs. Jazz hands.
Boobs.
No, but in all seriousness, have
Well,
you?
yeah.
Because I mean, it's been a very
No, there's many
Serious
stories
issue.
I can tell. Absolutely.
and you've
Jesus
been
Christ.
a victim
I've
of
had
sexual
to
assault.
pull my knife out many times.
Really?
Yes, even in my own mom's barn.
I remember one time we
Horse
met up for
barn.
lunch and somebody roofied you.
Yes, absolutely.
How do you
It
remember?
wasn't me. I swear, I showed up and she was out of it.
I would
was
do
totally
the
out
Bill
of it.
Cosby Jello
No, he
thing.
actually helped me out of it. It was great.
Well, you're
And
welcome.
it wasn't even. I was in a local bar. I figured I was safe, but it
In
was
a
the
bar?
two people that I was not
People
trustworthy
suck.
of.
And I did not grab
Yeah.
her pussy. I didn't.
He did not grab my pussy. Just for the record.
Just for the vinyl.
So
He
I mean,
refrained this time. Jesus Christ.
like I never knew how sick
But it's
guys
weird.
are
Yeah.
until
okay.
I
all
knew
this-
for
So-
a
Yeah,
long
seeing the
time.
Me
One of
Too
those
stuff,
guys
it's
came
fucking
back.
sad and it's horrible to think about.
It is.
It's weird,
It-
yeah.
It,
Everybody
it's
can do
horrible.
that. Everyone could have said that. There's
Yeah,
always
you know,
something
and
that's
I will
happened.
say this: for the most part, it is dudes, but people just suck in general, dude.
Yeah.
So
I'll drink to that.
I'm not surprised at all.
There are some
It
out
is
there
more
that are just
difficult to
cool.
be a good person than it is to be a shitty person. But that being said, I've been blessed to know great. For the most part, these guys are pretty good people. But still, I have literally, in all honesty, been blessed with good friends and good family and stuff. But I've
Except for Chris O.D.
yeah.
Damn, name it.
Dog him.
I'll name that motherfucker. He's a sickie, a real sickie.
But it is just.
But his photoshops of you are fantastic.
And I do think for the most part,
Blair.
yeah, people are good. But there are some shitty motherfuckers. And being, full disclosure, being a white male, people feel comfortable around you and stuff. And there is some things people say that just surprises you sometimes. And you're like, all right. But those people don't stick around. Fuck them.
Fuck them. And fuck you. Come back. Well, actually, this is the end
Wait, I
of
mean-
potty news. Do you have something to add?
Fuck you, we love you, bye.
Oh, let's do a quick
That's
run
potty
through then.
news.
So we did Jerusalem, we did global issues, which is Brexit, which we'll run through, net neutrality.
Do you want to do
Doug
another
Jones.
segment?
No, I'm just gonna run through some quick shit before we go through here. Roy, we did the Roy No More. We did the Omarosa. My favorite part's Doug Jones. Oh, it'll shut Steve Bannon the fuck up. Well, probably not.
Not.
Congressman, taxpayer money, we covered that. Roy Moore, Russia. Reagan, we covered. Amber Alert, Jerusalem, Roy Moore.
Russia.
Oh, the difference between the first president and the 45th president, both of them have fake teeth. But the big difference is the first president couldn't tell a lie. This 45th can't tell the truth. Orange Lives Matter. There's a special place in hell for those who want people to go to that special place in hell. And we'll end it here.
All right.
Damn.
That's the end of potty news. Props to Jeremy Borden for fucking rocking that shit out.
Wow.
Join us next time on Potty News.